what's good YouTube, Steel here, and in today's video I wanted to take a step back from all like the competitive decks or the tournament breakdowns and just bring you a deck that I find fun and interesting to play, although it's very streamlined once you look at what the deck does. And unlike my preference of like having the versatility to build, this deck is pretty like set in stone. But sometimes the game doesn't have to be so complicated, it doesn't have to be so like thought-provoking. Just a deck that's like does what it has to do, goes straight forward. It's kind of fun too. It also meets some requirements, like it's all 3 diamonds or less, so you can use it in solo battles. And when it comes to like character decks, like I have a whole series with like the Gen 1 gym leaders. You could recreate Volkner's deck, and it's like another casual aspect of the game that most people like lose sight of once they try to focus on like what's the meta and oh, I'm tired of seeing this deck or that deck. So with all that in mind, I bring you the Electivire Luxray deck, or the Luxray Electivire deck, or Volkner's deck, Volkner's gym, however you want to look at it. This deck has the upside that most of like my favorite decks this format have been, which is like the no EX, like the fact that every Pokemon you have is 1 point, so you're able to like trade in ways that other decks can't. Like Darkrai, if you knock out a Darkrai, it's 2 points, a Palkia is 2 points. Like those decks can't like trade 1-to-1 with you because they will eventually lose due to the fact that we're both dealing like huge damage, but their damage leads to 1 point while my damage leads to 2. You actually have a pretty good Darkrai matchup, especially against like the Greninja variant and the Magnezone variant that's like using Jotagon. If they're using Kangaskhan, it gets a little dicey because they do get more aggressive, and that's something this deck kind of like struggles with, especially if you go first. But yeah, everything from Electabuzz to Luxray is able to spread damage wherever on the board you want it to. So nothing is safe against you, which is huge, especially in this format. Due to the spread damage, we're not playing cards like Cyrus or Sabrina, as we're able to hit anything regardless of where it's at. And before getting into the card by card, I do want to bring up that every deck has its flaws, and this is a deck that really struggles when going first because you can't take advantage of like the evolution line due to like the amount of energy you need your attackers to have. Being able to evolve earlier does not change the fact that you can't charge up your Luxray enough energy. There is a world where Electivire is an option, but realistically Electabuzz is almost better than Electivire, especially in the early game. So going first, you actually can't apply the pressure you want to, and then you struggle against decks like Skarmory that are dealing 50 almost immediately. And then a second shortcoming that has become a lot less relevant in this format is like you're very weak to fighting types. So if you go against like a Lucario build or a Fossil build, it's very hard to win, especially since, again, you don't have that pressure early. But overall, the deck's a lot of fun. It has a great matchup against some of the better decks in the format, and it has a fighting chance in everything. And if you guys are just looking for something different, or you want to use your Electivire promos, or you have 1-star Shinx and you want to use it as well, or you want to be able to use your full art Volkners, which if that's the case, I'm extremely jealous. The heart and soul of the deck and why this deck is playable is actually Volkner. Volkner's ability is to choose an Electivire or Luxray and attach 2 energies from your drop. For those of you that are unaware, even from the beginning of the game, whether you were retreating into another Pokemon or your Pokemon was getting knocked out, the game was keeping track of the energy in your discard pile or your drop or whatever you want to call it. And Volkner is the first card of its kind that's able to actually interact with that and do something with it. And the plays that it allows you to do once they get going seem almost overpowered, as I'll point out once I get to the cards. For starters, I want to look at Electabuzz. We are opting to use the one from Mythical Island. The reason being that it has attack Thunder Spear, that for 2 energy, you're able to deal 40 damage anywhere on the board, whether it's the active spot, whether it's the bench. It's great against decks, again, using Jotagon, using Rocky Helmet, and ultimately lets you dictate where your pressure is being applied to. And followed up by Luxray, as I mentioned earlier, nothing is safe. Eventually, you do evolve your Electabuzz for Electivire, which at face value isn't that strong, as they're both dealing 40 damage for just 2 energy. But once Electivire gets to 4, it's dealing an extra 80, so it's swinging for 120, which is pretty crazy when you take into account that you could cheat out 2 energy from the Volkner. So early on, you could just be using your Electabuzz or a Luxray play and just be pressuring while your Electivire is sitting in the back with like 2 energy. And once you bring it out, you apply the second energy, Volkner, go to 4, and you're dealing 120 out of nowhere. They do expect it because that's what your deck does, but they're like praying you don't have it, and once you do have it, it's just too much damage. The second and more go-to win condition you have is Luxray. Luxray for 3 energy uses the attack Volt Bolt. That as a drawback, discards all lightning energy that's attached to it, but it deals 120 anywhere on the board. So whether it's on the bench, whether it's active, that's why if you go Electabuzz into Luxray, you're dealing a total of 160 anywhere, which is ridiculous. And the craziest thing, similar to like Infernape with Dawn, once you do that play and discard all your energies, all you need the next turn is to catch the energy from your zone and then use Volkner to have them swing for 120 anywhere you want once again. And you could essentially repeat that 3 times in a row, which you can see how if you get it going, it's very hard for any deck in this format to like contest. as 120 that's hitting anywhere that once you finally get rid of is just giving you 1 point is kind of absurd. When it comes to the trainer cards, I already broke down Volkner, but the reason we're playing Pokemon Communication is clear because we're playing a combination of a stage 1 and a stage 2 line, and we just want to make sure we're trading the pieces that we're missing for the ones that we need. And it gets pretty consistent due to like how limited the Pokemon that we're playing is. And then the reason we're playing Cape over anything like Helmet or any other supporter or Potion or anything like that is because Cape allows our HP to hit numbers that are just enough to survive some of the more important attacks in the game. Hopefully I didn't get too wordy and my explanations made sense and helped you understand what this deck is trying to do. And if you stick around and see the gameplay, you will see it in action and how I personally approached the matchup I was able to find on PvP. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing, and above all else, stay pro. Alright, we get to go first, which does give us evolution advantage. As far as if that's like enough to, I don't know, to justify going first, maybe. Ideally, I think we would like to go second because of the energy, but yikes. Luckily, Electivire does not care what's in front of it, as neither does Luxray. So I think we'll just pass for now. This Darkrai will be dealing some damage, but we will force this Magnemite to evolve like rather fast. Okay, the research will help a lot here. Okay, that's pretty good. Pokeball is good as well. I'll put one down and do this and pass. I'm in no rush to use Electivire just yet. I mean, to evolve the Electivire, because I do just want to pressure Magneton before it becomes a problem. Alright, on paper, they would need Leaf to knock out Darkrai. I am going to Communication in hopes to see Luxio, I pronounce, or Luxio, however you guys want to pronounce it. Another Electivire. We could sort of make that work. And what play? I just don't see a Cape helping Electivire at all. So let's just Thunder Spear back here. If they have the Leaf, they got it. Like, there's nothing I could do about that. Yeah, you see, definitely they put us down to 10 here. You see, we forced them to evolve there. What we can't force is the knockout, right? All right, so this is pretty good actually. We go here. Once this Electivire goes, we're able to do a lot more damage. This being already at 40 is great. Yeah, the win condition is definitely just Luxray hitting both of these. So let's just Cape so Electivire survives an extra turn. We already have our win condition, which is when Electivire gets knocked out, Luxray and Volkner like is enough. But ideally, another win condition is if this Electivire lasts longer, we're able to build up naturally the Luxray the first time, and then Volkner does it the second time, right? Alright, still, if they have no Leaf, they're stuck there. That's perfect. This Cape is also really good because it makes Luxray not lose to a Darkrai Magnezone. Like, put energy on Darkrai, attack with Magnezone, we don't lose to that. Again, naturally put this here. And this is basically game. This is like what's it called? Checkmate. And if this only discarded the 3 energies, we could do it now. But there's no reason to. Let's make sure we guarantee the double points here. That's what matters to me. Another huge thing is that we're all 1-point Pokemon. Alright, yeah, without Leaf. One like misplay. Doesn't even feel like one. Actually no, it could be a misplay. Yeah, misplay here is technically if they have the Leaf now and they hit this for 80, they could find a way to like deal too much damage, but realistically we still win in those situations because we just Volkner the Electivire and it's just game there. So now we go research here. We could easily evolve this here now. Go here. Volt Beat lets us hit anything. Clearly we take our 2 points there. And we also limit how much damage they could do the following turn. So yeah, even what I consider the best deck in the format, which is Magnezone Darkrai, we have a chance to beat. Granted, we did get lucky in them not seeing Leaf, but doesn't necessarily change that we did win the game, right? Electivire's ability to hit all over the place, alongside Luxray's ability to do so, is just very strong. Now we just show that we have the game. Unfortunately, I have no full art Volkners. I literally get to pick whichever one we want to knock out, but let's just... So the Electabuzz doesn't feel like it was doing nothing for the team, right? GG's. Alright, we start with Electabuzz. We are going first, however, but we do have type advantage with water, so that's decent. Although us going first means they're going to be able to ramp with like a Manaphy twice, which is unfortunate. At least they didn't see the Manaphy, right? Oof, Magikarp, you're not safe. You're not safe, Magikarp. They're surely safe for now, but if they don't evolve in time, we got them. Also, we have the perfect line here of... We have the entire Luxray line, so that's also another thing that's going for us. Okay, we definitely have to threaten with Electabuzz. This is a matchup where like Misty just like clocks her stuff, but let's see. If we wanted to see Electivire at any moment, we're able to. Oops. We're able to send the Luxio down. Oh, I mean away. Still can't attack though. We could have technically caped there, but I'm not afraid of anything currently. Besides like a Misty, but a Misty play I lose regardless, right? Alright, so okay, I was like, damn, they might not have it, but they do. Okay. That's fine. Okay, do we just like focus Vaporeon? We could hit Vaporeon for 60, then they're like forced to... They can't like play, trade around energies and stuff. Let's go Luxray. I almost want to put this, yeah, we'll put this down so that they can't Sabrina and bring out Luxray as they wish. Or as they want to. Yeah, let's definitely take advantage that Vaporeon's in front of us. Reason being that Vaporeon's like their one way of being able to like deal damage and play around with the energy and run and do all that stuff. So if they don't get Vaporeon out the way, Electabuzz knocks it out. Alright, Misty could make... Actually, no, without... Misty needs to roll like 5 heads for it to be a problem right now. Because without Leaf, that would require... They needed to roll 2 energies to get Vaporeon out of there, and then enough energies to do something after that. The issue here is the lack of Volkner. Volkner would have been a great card to have currently, but... Guess we could just naturally start building up Luxray. So let's put Chew down. And yeah, again, we take our knockout. If they're willing to use their Palkia, they'll go down to 1 energy and we outpace that, I want to say. A Volkner would automatically put us in the lead, though. That's for sure. We really want to see Volkner here. We're halfway through the deck, though. No research. Just one Pokeball. Yeah, so no guarantees. Alright, they did go for the Dimensional Storm. So it becomes a race now. A race that if we see Volkner, completely, like, we win the race, is all I can say. Okay, so research. So it's a little slower than we wanted to. Come on, Volkner. Another research. Well, naturally build that up. We could also set up Electivire. We do have free retreat on Luxray. Not that it's irrelevant currently, but, you know, just so... something to keep in mind, I guess. Although with the amount of cards we have left in deck and the research, we are very likely to just go double Luxray. Also, we have all one-pointers. I keep repeating that because it's very important. This doesn't change anything. That's fine, especially since we have the out right here, which is just retreating. And there's Volkner. Let's get the free retreat from Luxray. Although we could even use the Volkner right now and keep this one up. So this also just works. There's no reason to cape or nothing. So yeah, now we hit for 140, and no matter where that card goes, either Luxray could shoot it. Actually, not either, because this Luxray could shoot it, is what it is. And again, free retreat cost on Luxray is huge. Yeah, GG's. Just finally get to go second for an example. Okay, against... Unfortunately for them, for Psychic, not a deck that I essentially feel any fear for. Although, if y'all seen my Miss Jervy's video, or Miss Magius, if you want to go that way, this deck has some insane gameplay. Farfetch could be a little scary. Let's go research. Electivire, Luxray. So we have the entire line already. Let's go here. No reason not to use Cape. Especially if they get aggressive with Farfetch, like an X speed or something. And just hide. We're 2 for 2 in gameplay where we actually get to hide, whether it wins us the game or not. And whether it makes the video or not. I'm not sure what game it was in. Alright, we got research there. I guess we could technically be afraid of an X speed, not really. We are afraid this thing's gonna start hitting for 70. Does Cape matter? I think we out damage this, right? Yeah, unless they play potions, we hit them exactly down to 120. And then we hit with Luxray. So if they're not playing potion, we should be fine. And if they don't see potion, we're also fine. Alright, we'll put Electivire down. Evolve here. We could even put a cape down here on Electivire just in case they play Sabrina or something. Alright, so again, no potion. We knock them out before they knock us out, and then we're able to Volkner right back. They had the potion. That's actually quite upsetting. But we're not out of it. We're not out of it at all. Go here. Heals us. We go to 3 energy. Yeah, we'll save that up. Let's go here. Our target's definitely Miss Magius. And even if they have Geo, then we have the Electivire Volkner play regardless. I feel like we cannot lose this game. I could be wrong, but it feels like we can't. So, whatever that's worth. They're setting up a second one. Okay, there's the delusion. And to not even play, to not even risk it, right? We will retreat into Electivire. And you know what? Let's set up doing 120 next turn. And at any point, if we see another Volkner, this Luxray just goes to town. We do need to see it though, right? Okay, Mew EX I'm not worried about. What I'm worried about is the second mismatches. Which 100% they don't have. What's their play here? Oh, they're just gonna go for Confuser and hope that we get trapped. That's the only thing I could think of that they could be hoping for. Rocky Helmet doesn't change anything. Are they contemplating like backing out? No, they're gonna take their chances with Confusion. A Volkner ends the game. Okay, no Volkner there. Although I don't mind sending back Luxray in hopes to see the other Electabuzz. That's a different... Let's just start building up Luxray, because Luxray would win. And then actually, no. This will play around Sabrina. We can't play around Cyrus. And then it all ends regardless if we win the coin flip, and we don't. Okay, that's not ideal, but it's part of the game. We can't get too mad. I want to, don't get me wrong. But it's part of the game. We're still in it. We're a Volkner from winning. We're a coin flip next turn from winning. They have 0 points to our 2. We just need one more knockout. Going into Mew is an interesting choice by them. Alright. We are a Volkner away from victory. That's not Volkner. And... yeah, let's just try this one more time. Just voltage. Can we get there? We can. And the plus side... wait, what? I'm not gonna lie, I forgot we weren't at 4 energy. Wow, that's clown myself. But barring if they don't have a Cyrus to get the Luxray, we do win next turn regardless. Wow, I just assumed we had 4 this whole time and that we just didn't swing. We weren't gonna win the turn before either when the confusion actually worked. I know what you're thinking. I should probably record at not 1 in the morning, but you know. Alright, so clearly they don't have Cyrus. If they did, they would have done it already. This is also a beautiful artwork. The rainbow rares in this set are just insane. Like, I'm a big fan of like the birds, and there's some really nice rainbow rares in like the past few sets as well, like in Genetic Apex and Mythical Island. But they went above and beyond this set. Yeah, so they did have the Cyrus. What game are we playing here? Wait, what? They could have copied Luxray's ability. Well, actually, they copied Luxray and knock out Electivire. They lose. I don't know what just happened. It was we were both playing horrendously bad, honestly. And we won't forget to do it this time. GG's to our opponent, I think. I'll take it though. Man, the amount of times I've gone first is ridiculous. At least we have the advantage against water. But the fact that we're going first means that Manaphy gets to ramp twice before we do anything to it. There's the Palkia. Misty could end the game literally immediately. Not this time, not next time, okay. Actually, them only being able to ramp just the Palkia is probably best case scenario for us. Definitely doing this. I could technically search for Luxio here, but there's no need. I might regret it, but on paper it doesn't seem necessary, so I just won't. Okay, research probably gets them their second basic Pokemon. It'll be hard not to. Another Palkia. Alright, at least... Actually, no. At least nothing. We're about to get rocked by Palkia. Let's go research here. Luxio, please? Nope, okay. Let's thin the deck out. I think it's guaranteed at this point. If I go communication, sending either one, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I forgot about the other Electivire. Okay, there's no reason to put anything else on the bench. There's also no reason to Electivire. Reason being that for Palkia to apply pressure, it's gonna have to use Dimensional Storm. If it just slashes, then we're able to tag it for 60, which puts it in range for Luxray. Granted, it's not a threat currently. Misty just could completely end the game though. The same way it was going to end the game earlier, it could end it now. It's not always against us. Yeah, I went for the Storm. Makes sense. We need to see Luxio, and we need to see Volkner, unfortunately. It's like, we're asking for quite a bit here. But realistically, I think we're better off building up the Electabuzz, because at least they're out of Misty, so it's going to be a while before they can actually knock us out. Volkner's our best chance at getting Luxray to do anything. I almost want to put down Shinx as well. You never know. Yeah, worst case, if we see communication, the second one, we'll just use it on one of the Electivires. We can't play both of them anyways. And this time, it's guaranteed to hit the card we need. Actually, no, because it could also be... It could be the Luxray as well. Alright, these capes don't matter. Because our target is 100% the... Either Palkia has to go down, and we get to spread damage. We don't care too much about where the Pokemon are. Alright. So best case scenario here is that we do get to, however, free retreat, right? And use Electabuzz to swing. Whether it's Electivire or Electabuzz, the damage is the same, so we kind of like pretend we don't have it or something. But we're definitely going for the one up front, because they're going to try to build this one to Dimensional Storm, and we're going to force its hand to get out of there, basically. We need to see a Volkner wins the game outright from here. We hit this Palkia for 140 if it's in the active spot. We have a 1 in 3 chance of seeing it. Okay, so we no longer one-shot it, but there again, we're fine. We just need to see Volkner. It just comes down to that. Yeah, they're playing their storm. They're building up the storm. You have to imagine they might just try to. They have multiple plays they could try to do. At this Luxray, at no point could we like naturally build it up, right? Actually, we can, right? If the Dimensional Storm, then they have to hit for 32 twice. They're out of Misties. Yeah. Regardless whether they have Cyrus, whether they have Sabrina, we just need Volkner to win this game. That's like all that we're depending on. Yeah, now they take the Luxray, and we're okay with that. What we're not okay with is no Volkner. All right, come on, off the top, Volkner. Nope. Okay. Communication for the, I think it's guaranteed Luxio. Should be guaranteed anyways. There you go. And you know what? Let's just force their hand. How many cards do we have left in the deck? Half our deck is the win condition. Because I'm assuming they're going to bounce this Palkia away, making the Electivire unable to hit it. Yeah, so I guess ideally we should have kept Electabuzz out. But we kind of needed the extra HP, right? To avoid like losing to like some kind of Geo play or something. Alright. All we need is Volkner. Okay, perfect. Finally. Okay, I was just making sure that it wasn't like to the active Pokemon or anything like that. Let's just get out of here. And Bolt doesn't care where the Pokemon is, we got him. Took longer than I wanted it to. Like, even luckily they missed both Misties, I'm not gonna lie. Had their Misties hit, we had no chance, but finally, GG's. Alright, going second. Against Dark. Okay, so this is... If it's a Drotagon Darkrai, whether it's Max Zone or... Let's see, before we get ahead of ourselves. Okay, clearly it was Darkrai, but... Depending on the variant, like... Here they started Darkrai, which actually helps them in this matchup, but... Had they built the way where they just hide behind a Drotagon... It feels too good in that matchup. To be like, oh damn, and then just start shooting the back line. Alright, so we're going against a Weavile Darkrai. We do have energy advantage. Now, it's whether we're going to be able to take advantage of it or not is what it's going to come down to. The cape on Darkrai. Let's see. Okay. I almost want to dig for Shinx. But I'll wait a turn. I'll wait a turn because realistically, let's say next turn I put down a Shinx. They can't knock out Electabuzz outright, or can they? No, because they'd have to leave. They don't have to like the leave the Dawn. That there's too many moving parts. That maybe evolving into Electivire would help out. So yeah, let's keep our hand as is. We are a Shinx away from like having the ideal game. Because we even have the Volkner already. Alright, so there's their Weavile. They're gonna hit us for 20. We really need to see Chinks, by the way. So hopefully we do. Okay, research is a good chance. Not guaranteed at all, but you know, if ever, let's go. Perfect. Cape also seems huge in this situation. If we were playing against the Magnezone, I would use Cape on the Shinx in hopes to like make it last longer. But I think we're in a good spot to build up to try to keep Electivire lasting a bit longer. All right. One thing that does scare me is a Sabrina play. A Sabrina play does get rid of the Luxio. All right, this will get around Sabrina, which is huge. Actually, it wasn't guaranteed either, but it was a high chance of getting around the Sabrina. So, realistically, their turn will most likely put energy here, knock out here. So let's go. We're definitely gonna have Luxray ready. Let's you know what? Let's build up Electivire. I feel is correct because we already have the Volkner play. Yeah, so we're gonna be able to knock out this Darkrai. And then free retreat into Electabuzz is going to give us some options to do as well. With everything we played, we have 7 cards left in deck. Okay. Yeah, this was pretty set in stone. To be expected, really. That's fine. And thanks to Luxray's free retreat, we're able to put up Luxio whether or not we decide to swing with it, right? That's beautiful. I'm gonna communication in hopes to see if we see Electivire, that will dictate where we go. Let's see. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And we're holding Luxray as a backup plan to be able to snipe anything. Yeah, I'm actually a big fan. Granted, going second was made a huge difference. Had we gone first, like this game would be most likely be completely different. But the fact that we did go second, I love this Luxray Electivire deck or Volkner deck against Darkrai matchup, which is, in my opinion, like the most important matchup to have, especially in a tournament setting. Unfortunately, in ladder, like I went against like a lot of fighting decks and stuff that won't make it into the video, but I'll make it into the description when I describe like how this deck works. Like fighting decks will give you a way too hard of a time, but it's part of the game. They researched this turn, right? Because they won't have the Darkrai into Helmet. We don't care for. You know, outright here we just swing at Weavile for 120, and we have the Volkner play for Luxray to swing full value next turn. This game is as good as done. We'll put an energy here, although it doesn't matter. The reason this list doesn't play Sabrina, doesn't play Cyrus is because no Pokemon is safe. If it's in the front, Electivire is hitting you like a truck, and if it's anywhere else, Luxray makes sure that you're not safe. But yeah, this deck, although I'm pretty sure I said it in the deck profile. Again, I'm recording the gameplay before the deck profile. But yeah, it's very fun. It does have its flaws. It's like, and pretty big flaws, which is what keeps it from being like a tiered deck. But it's a lot of fun. And against Darkrai, which is one of the most popular decks, being able to beat Darkrai feels really good. Yeah, we won't waste any more time here. We'll just retreat. And it's like pick your target if you want. Either one gives us the win. We'll go for the Weavile because why not? And just like that, we beat one of the better decks in the game.